Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Yes. This is Kwame Mayo, JPK. Yes. The new black civil rights leader. Yes. I'm the world's black civil rights leader. You know, now I want you to know that on June 9th, 2020, the two sheriffs pulled me over on Slauson in the city of Los Angeles, and they said that I'd taken a picture of a building, and one of the sheriffs, I look at his name on the tag, called Bruno. Yes, a brand like that. I think so. He pulled his gun and he tried to assassinate me. Yes, a sheriff officer pulled his gun and tried to kill me. It was a premeditated assassination on Tuesday, June 9th, 2020. So I reported it to 911 emergency. Yes. And they told me that a black security officer, you know, I lied to them that when I was taking a picture of the building, that he called the officers, according to the watch commander, he said that the black security officer told them that he thought my cell phone was a gun. Can you imagine? And yet, when the two sheriff officers stopped me, they didn't say that. All that they asked me was that, how come I took a picture of the building on Slauson? And I said, I just asked the black security officer a question, because in 2003, you know, a so-called doctor over there in a clinic inside, said something derogatory about Africa, you know, which was very similar to Black Lives Matter. And I wanted to reopen the complaint. That's all. So I just asked the black security officer that I suffered, that I'm from Africa originally. I'm a Ghanaian American, and that I've suffered what is similar to Black Lives Matter. And the black security officer acting like an Uncle Tom, as most African Americans call the black Judases, the black traitors, the few blacks being used as spies. You know, the few blacks who are traitors, the few blacks who are racist, you know, collaborating with the slave trade terrorists. You know, during the days of the slavery, the few blacks, Judases, were used as spies to spy on their fellow oppressed black people who were yearning to be free from the slave trade genocide. See? And there were few blacks who were being used as spies. Few blacks. You know, that most African Americans call the few black Judases as Uncle Toms. They are the black Judases. They are very dangerous, spying on their fellow blacks during the slave trade genocide. And here, a black man, security officer, became angry when I said, I have also suffered from Black Lives Matter. Can you imagine? As soon as I said, I'm from Africa and I've also suffered what is tantamount to Black Lives Matter, and I wanted to know whether the clinic in that building was still there, because I wanted to reopen the case similar to Black Lives Matter, you know. And the black man, and Uncle Tom, the Uncle Tom guy, you know, the black Judas, called, threatened me to leave, and I said, "Why should I leave?" He said, "Yeah, if I didn't leave, he will call the police." And I said, I just asked him, "What have I done?" Just asking you a simple question. That I said I'm from Africa. I've also suffered what is tantamount to Black Lives Matter. So anyway, I left. But when I left, he had called the police, and 2 sheriffs, police officers stopped me. And one of them, his name looked like Bruno. He pulled his gun. That was a premeditated assassination attempt on my life. Premeditated. He pulled his gun with the intent to kill me. And that was on Tuesday, June 9th, 2020. And this happened on Slauson Street in the city of Los Angeles. You know? Then, when they stopped me, he said, "Don't put your hands in your pocket." So I did not put my hand in my pocket. He was asking me for my driver license. And I said, "You said I should not put my hand in my pocket." My driver license was in my pocket. So how could I pull my driver license when he didn't want me to put my hand in my pocket? So for about 3 times I said, "Officer," talking about the sheriff, "Officer, you said I should not put my hand in my pocket, and my driver license was in my pocket." So I didn't know how he expected me to give him my driver license. So about 3 times I asked him, "Can I put my hand in my pocket to bring the driver license?" Finally, they said yes. So I put my wallet and gave them my driver license. I gave one of the officers called Bruno. He went to his car to check on me. Then he came out and told his colleague officer, sheriff, that, "Oh, this guy is clean. That I am clean." You know, after he checked on my driver license. So he gave back my driver license and he said that that I am clean, so I could go home. And I said, "But officer, how come you stopped me? You stopped me and pulled your gun?" Because I was afraid of my life. I was afraid that he was going to assassinate me. I was afraid that he was going to kill me. So I feared for my life. I really feared for my life. You know? And as I wanted to tell my side of the story, why I didn't understand why they were saying that I took a picture of the building. You know, they will not even allow me to explain myself. And I said, "Look, I just asked the black officer a simple question." And the black traitor, who was angry that I said I've also suffered Black Lives Matter, the black Judas, called the police and lied to the police, who had wanted to lie to the sheriff, who one of them pulled his gun with the intent of trying to kill me, to assassinate me. So anyway, then before they left, they said, "Oh, I ran through a red light," which was false. They were trying to lie on me that I ran through a red light. I didn't run through a red light. When I saw the red light, I turned around, I turned back. But they lied that I crossed the red light. You know, and they said that, "Oh, they found my one of my lights at the back broken, but they will not do me anything. I should go free." Can you imagine? And I said, "Look, if there was something wrong, I don't understand. I shouldn't be given any favor. They should have done their job." But they knew they were lying. because when they said that I crossed the red light, I knew there'll be cameras there. I did not cross the red light. I turned. Yes, they were trying to lie. So I called, when they left, I called 911 emergency. And I reported that I feared for my life because I didn't understand that one of the sheriffs called Bruno pulled his gun as soon as he stopped me. You know? And they let me go after they had checked my driver license. And then he came and said, oh, you are clean. That I am clean. So I should go home. You know? But I had called 911 to file a complaint. They let me speak to the sheriff's supervisor or the watch commander. And to my surprise, when I said I wanted to file a complaint against his officers, the sheriff, the supervisor or the watch commander, he tried to lie to protect his officers. He asked me that didn't I think that the officers assumed that I was acting dangerous, that I am dangerous. I said, when the officers stopped me, they didn't say anything that I'm dangerous. All that they said was that they asked me a question. How come that I took a picture of the building? And I explained to them that because in 2003, I suffered what is tantamount to Black Lives Matter, and I wanted to reopen my complaint. The officer didn't label me as dangerous. They didn't say that. Yet the supervisor, when I said I wanted to file a complaint, wanted to find a way to protect his officers by asking me repeatedly that didn't I think the officers assumed that I'm dangerous. Can you imagine? And I said, look, you cannot assume things, and you know, as a way to try to kill your fellow human being. You cannot assume things. You cannot make presumptions. How can you assume that somebody is dangerous when I've not done anything that is dangerous? When I am a scholar, I fight only with my pen. I fight with my pen. And fighting with my pen is peaceful and nonviolent. So how can I be dangerous as they try to label me? So it means that by fighting with my pen as a scholar, as a PhD scholar, student, as a man with, you know, degrees, with advanced degrees from University of Southern California, and if I fight with my pen, you know, they try to label me as dangerous in a premeditated plot to assassinate me, in a premeditated plot to kill me, you know. So the sheriff, watch commander, the supervisor said, oh, hey, you know, he's gonna, you know, call me back. He didn't call, so I called 911 again. I called 911 and I said, look, I fear for my life, and I wanted to file a complaint against the officers, especially the officer Bruno, the sheriff, who pulled his gun. Later on, they transferred me to the sheriff watch commander, the supervisor again. This time he tried to lie again that, oh, they thought I had a gun. Can you imagine? And I said, how come when they stopped me, they didn't ask me whether I had a gun? They didn't ask me that question. All that they asked me was that, how come I took a picture? See, their supervisor, the sheriff supervisor, the watch commander, was trying to lie to protect his officers. Later on, he said, oh, maybe they just assumed that your cell phone was a gun. And I said, look, so are you trying to tell me that everybody who uses, you know, cell phone in America, you know, it's a gun? Because you said I took a picture. So you're trying to say that the cell phone I used to take a picture was a gun? Yes. Now I saw the black Judas, the black security officer who was at the pharmacy. He was taking picture, trying to take a picture of me and my car. So I also took a picture. I tried to take a picture of his license plate. He was standing there. So if he thought that my cell phone was a gun, how come that he didn't run away? If he thought that my cell phone was a gun, how come he was still standing there? So I don't know whether the black security officer said that, but that's what the police watch commander told me, that he interviewed his officers, and the officer said the black security officer lied to them that he thought my cell phone was a gun. Can you imagine? Anyway, so I'm going to file a lawsuit. I'm going to file a lawsuit, yes, against the black security officer, the Uncle Tom being used by racist, the black Judas being used by racist, the black Judas who became angry when I mentioned Black Lives Matter and that I'm from Africa and I've been a victim, and I wanted to reopen a case, to reopen a complaint, because in 2003 in that building, you know, a so-called doctor made mockery of my African roots, and a Latino woman illegally recorded me and gave it to the city, to Los Angeles Unified. And there was a psychologist woman. I don't know her race. She looked like a Middle Easterner or maybe Latino. See, that was in 2003, and I saw this racist Latino woman illegally recording me, and she gave it to Los Angeles Unified, and they used that to violate my civil rights and human rights in the year 2003. Yes, and Los Angeles Unified coordinated with Los Angeles County Board of Education, and they tortured me emotionally, psychologically, with lies. They violated my civil rights and human rights. You know, there are good people in every race and evil people in every race. Yes, there are many good Latinos, but it was a Latino woman in 2003 who illegally recorded me when I said that I didn't like what a so-called doctor had said about Africa, trying to put down Africa, to disrespect Africa, where I come from. And when I complained that I didn't like what the so-called doctor, and that so-called doctor, she was not a white woman. She was not a white woman. No, I don't know her race. No, she looked like half mixed, and she was the one who said negative things about Africa in 2003 when she asked me, where are you from? And I said, Africa. And when I complained, the Latino lady who was their secretary illegally recorded me, and there was another woman who looks like a Middle Easterner or Latino, psychologist. Yes. So the Latino woman, the racist Latino woman, recorded me and gave it to Los Angeles Unified, and Los Angeles Unified, the racists over there, they did not even bother to ask me of my side of the story, and they used that against me brutally harassed me, brutally tortured me psychologically and emotionally, brutally, and violated my civil rights and human rights. You know, that was in 2003. So on June 9, 2020, when I was driving by and I saw the building, you know, I said, oh, this is a building. Somebody said something negative about my African roots, which is related to Black Lives Matter. And when I said that, I asked the black security officer, because I saw the sign security written on his back, uniform. So I said, are you a security officer? And I was still in my car. I rolled down the window and I was still on Slauson Street. I rolled down my window to ask him a question. And then he said, leave here, I'm gonna call the police. Yeah, because when I said that, I wanted to reopen my complaint related to Black Lives Matter. Can you imagine? A black man, a black security officer, a black Uncle Tom, the kind who assisted the slave trade terrorists, the black racist, you know, the kind used as spies. They are dangerous. The few blacks used as spies, you know, they operate just like the Al-Qaeda and assist terrorists, spying on their own kind. They spied on Dr. Martin Luther King. They spied on Malcolm X. The few blacks, the traitors, the black Judases, they are the most dangerous. We should watch them carefully. The black traitors, the few ones among us. The few ones. Because on June 9, 2020, it was a black man, a black security officer on Slauson, who called and lied on me that my cell phone looked like a gun. Can you imagine? Whereas he also used his cell phone to take a picture of me and my car, even though I had not entered the premise where he was working as a security officer. I just asked him a question and my car was still on the Slauson Street. I did not enter into the premise. And he, the sheriff watch commander finally told me that the black officer is a security officer for the pharmacy over there. I did not even enter into the premise of where he works. Just asking me a question in my car. I rolled down the window to ask him a question. And the black traitor, the black Judas, what did I do? What did I do? Just ask a question that the agency that mistreated me, which I suffered, just like the Black Lives Matter, you know, that is that agency is still in that building because I wanted to reopen my complaint. That's all that I asked. You know, and the black Judas, who looked like an illiterate, or some educated illiterate, you know, the black Judases, the type, yeah, the type of the black Judas, the black who acts like the black traitors, who acts like the few black spies, the most dangerous of all. So the black race, we should protect ourselves peacefully and violently, because there are some few black racists among us. There are a few black Judases among us. There are some few black spies among us. They are the enemies of the black race. The few blacks allowing themselves to be used as spies. The few blacks allowing themselves to be used as, you know, as to operate like the Al-Qaeda and assist terrorists. The few blacks the traitors, the Judases, the black race, we should watch out. Because there are few blacks who are also dangerous. Few blacks who are racist. There are racists in every race. There are white racists, Latino racists, Asian racists, and black racists. In the same way, we have good black people, good white people, good Latinos, good Asians, good Jews and good Muslims, good Hindus. Yes, there are good people in the world, but there are few evil ones. So anyway, this is not the first time they have tried to assassinate me. And they use falsehood. They manufacture false information. So that's a premeditated assassination attempt on my life. Yes. Yes. So that's what happened on Tuesday, June 9, 2020. I've survived several premeditated assassination attempts by a few officers who operate exactly like the Al-Qaeda and assist enemies of the United States. But there are many good people, many good officers. There are many good officers protecting us, but there are a few terrorists, a few enemies of the United States. We should watch them, and there should be justice. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Yes. And I want to join African Lives Matter International. Join African Lives Matter International. Call 562-489-4010. Just call 1 and then area code 562-489-4010. USA. Every black person should join African Lives Matter International. Every black person in the world join African Lives Matter International by calling 1, the area code 562. The number is 489-4010 in the United States of America. And you can also send WhatsApp 1 in the area code 562, and the number is 489-4010. That's 1, the area code 562. The number is 489-4010. Yes, you can call or send WhatsApp message. Yes, or you can send email to my private email, kwame@yahoo.com. kwame@yahoo.com. That's spelled capital KWAME, and then M like mango, AYOR, Mayor, no space, kwame@yahoo.com, and join Black Economic Justice. Black Economic Justice. Yes, also join Black Economic Justice and Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. And don't forget to join African Lives Matter International. Fight for everybody. And we thank all the good people from all races and color. Good white people, good Latinos, good Asians, good Jews, good Muslims, good Native Americans. We thank all of you for joining Black Lives Matter. We thank all of you, good people all over the world. Call 1-562-489-4010. Yes, Black Economic Justice and African People's our organization called African Lives Matter International. African Lives Matter International and Black Economic Justice. Yes, Black Economic Justice. Thank you.